Greetings and salutations. I hope you're having a fantastic September 2025. Today, I'm going to talk about a lens that I just got from a company in Shenzhen called 7Artisans. 7Artisans is unashamedly a company out of Shenzhen, and they manufacture different kinds of camera parts, primarily these boutique lenses. This lens that I'm going to talk to you about today is the 7Artisans 12mm f2.8 version 2. These specs are what drew me to getting this lens. I needed something that was wide enough to capture me vlogging like this. In fact, this video is currently shot with this lens, so I don't have it in my hands. 12mm is really wide, and when you have a lens that's so wide, f2.8 is absolutely fantastic. So f2.8, you can see that I'm in focus and background objects behind me are a little bit blurred. And I think it's designed, to me, to be best suited for shooting videos such as this, putting it on a small tripod on a table so you can shoot videos with a monologue such as what I'm doing right now. This lens is also fantastic for capturing outdoor architecture when you need to get a lot of objects in the scene. It's also very good for capturing landscapes, nature, scenery, mountains, and things like that. It's not good as a lens if your professional life depended on it. So if you're shooting a conference, if you're paid to capture important shots of a wedding, this is not a lens. The reason for that is because of the manual focus. Very often you will miss the focus of a shot. So this lens is really, to me, for using with the f-stop at 2.8. So if I reduce the f-stop to say f4, f5.6 or f8, then I'll lose that narrow depth of field, but definitely more objects will be in focus, for example, landscapes. But if I was at a wedding or a conference, I'll need the autofocus to be fast and reliable. I definitely feel like this is an artisan lens in the sense that I would bring this to a conference or wedding just to take fun shots that are not overly reliant on my outcomes. That being said, I took a lot of photos with this camera and a lot of the results were really good and usable. So I do feel quite artsy-fartsy when I'm using this lens. It's really for avant-garde purposes. The glass is clean, sharp, and effective if you get the focus right, and that is really the challenge of using a manual focus lens like this. Because it's manual focus, they were able to keep the cost relatively low while maintaining quality on other aspects of this lens, such as the glass and the build quality. It also has screw-on threads for a 67mm filter. This is an excellent camera for selfies, but not so much for Wi-Fi's, because for Wi-Fi's, you're going to have to dial up the aperture to maybe something like f7, f8 in order to have a little bit more confidence that you can capture everybody that you need to in focus. You can still try. I've had misses, that's for sure, because of the lack of an autofocus. With it being on manual focus and not having vibration compensation or image stabilization, hand holding this lens and shooting a video will be challenging. So I would want to mount this on a gimbal such as the DJI Ronin. The dial rings for you to choose your aperture and also to focus on your subject, they are silent. And some people prefer it to be clicky. I really like it being silent because it's more suitable for video work. The box that comes with the lens is very nice. It's very Chinese. When you look at the box, it's got Chinese words on it. It says it's for, in my case, APS-C. The macro distance is 0.15 meters, that's 15 centimeters. And what I like about it is that if you look at the background of this video, the lines are straight, right? It's not fish-eyed. It doesn't have lens distortion that makes the scene look weird. So I don't actually even have to correct these lines in the edit. It's a great lens, but I want to talk about a negative that might affect you. So I've got two mirrorless DSLR cameras. I have the Canon M5 and the Canon M50. I was able to get this lens to work on my Canon M5, but I couldn't get it to work on my Canon M50. The Canon M50 is a more modern camera, so I'm not sure why this is the case. It might be a quality control issue. When I mount this 7Artisan lens to my Canon M50, I can't get the shutter to work and I can't initiate a recording. This might be just unique to my particular version of this lens. So if you're thinking about getting this lens, I think it's a really fun lens to use. It's really not that expensive for what you're getting. I definitely feel a lot more joy that I didn't have to pay a single cent for this lens. It's given me a lot of joy. It's a lens that I carry with me all the time, and I pair it together with my 90mm Tamron portrait lens. So I get the full benefits of something that's very wide open, and when I need to get close to a subject, I'll use the 90mm lens. This is the Injured Tech Man. Thank you so much for watching this short video. I'll see you in the next one.